Hi, everybody. Hello from the crow's nest, I guess. Sorry that I didn't record last week. Things have been very intense. And unfortunately, I can't really talk to you about most of it, which is not helpful, I guess. But such is the way of things when you do activism work and recovery work and death care and HIPAA and protecting people's identities and keeping people safe. So just know that I was dealing with a lot of really, really intense shit for the last week and a half. Some of it's some of it personal. I had had court, which some of you knew was coming, and a particularly partisan GOP appointed judge put in place by Governor Pat McCrory, former. Um, well, they have strong feelings about certain kinds of people, of course, and ultimately dismissed my case to renew my restraining order. So there's that. And deadlines, working on projects. Um, had some death threats this week, so that's great and fun. Um, can't talk much about that. Still sort of pursuing various safety avenues. But if I fall off the planet, know that I was doing my best for everyone that I could possibly do any good for. Um, Last week on Friday, I went to a local festival, handed out flyers for this weekend's protest. Um, I was actually really pleased with how overall positive it was. Had a lot of interesting conversations with folks, and um, I was really surprised. Quite a few people were like, "Oh, you're the person I got a letter from." So my letters are making it to folks, and that's nice. Um, had regularly scheduled coven ritual on Saturday, which was very uplifting and powerful, of course. Um, we have a habit as a coven of doing kid ritual before our rituals. And pair of 7-year-olds in the house, so before they go to bed at 8 p.m., the coven will sort of improv ritual for the kids, which is always sort of delightful to see what people come up with in the spur of the moment. And we took all the signs for Saturday's protests that I've made so far and put them in the middle of the altar and let the kids do whatever they wanted to bless them or add magic to them. And they held stacks of them and ran around the circle dancing. And it was all very cute and wholesome. And yeah, still feel really good about that, actually. Um, what else? What else is there to say? Um, Wanted to send thanks to Steeljaw from Discord, who sent some stamps along for the project. And to let Rose know that I failed miserably at figuring out how GoPros work, actually. I decided to test it out at the festival where I was handing out flyers. So I just clipped it to my bag and just let it record the whole time, um, thinking I'd just sort of learn some things about editing and downloading in the process. But actually, all I managed was one photograph of like the side of my face as I, as I was clipping it to my bag. Not sure how I managed that, but not peak intelligence on my part. Um, I've been sewing some things for some custom orders. I've got a little pile of guys next to me that I've been working on. I make them for each person who orders one, so each one has sort of a name. I did also want to say thank you to Raven over on Discord as well, who sent me this beautiful talisman that they made. Uh, Lovely scarab to wear when I'm out doing my work. I also do a bit of pottery and work with clay as well as jewelry, as you all know. So I find this especially precious. I always love it when people make things for me to send me. It adds a lot of warmth and joy to my life whenever I find something like that in my mailbox. But yeah, I'm gonna try and post again on Friday. No promises. Um, Saturday's protests, there's a lot going on. Things are really nuts. If I can, I'll get some footage on Saturday as long as that feels safe for everyone present and involved. Um, we have had some threats against the event, so I don't entirely know what to expect, but we'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, um, stay safe out there, and that's the news from where I am.